a pretty good game. I mean, domestic matchups always pretty fun to watch.
For sure, because they perfectly know each
Yeah,
other, and it's way easier to play against a team from the same country.
Yeah.
Okay, here the pistol round, Mousesports on CT side and PENTA representing T side, and already first firefight here without frags though.
This is looking pretty interesting right now. Of course, we've got the movement towards the A-bomb side, but Mousesports are pretty much all in place already. So despite losing a player each, Mousesports look pretty good here. You got those fast rotation times for the CTs really kicking in, and that's going to stop PENTA. But they do have a minute left, so they can do that the good old shuffle straight back onto B if they want. But Gobi's going to take down Tapson straight away. So 3 players left for PENTA, and not many grenades.
Yeah. One smoke, one flash, and a pretty much useless decoy here. Looks like they're going to take their way over towards the B bomb site for now. So they do have the opportunity to smoke it off either lower or higher, depending on what they want to do. They're actually just going to fake it.
Yeah, T-Guy is just moving here and there, and after all they decided to storm A area because most probably Stavros informing them that the A area kind of empty, but it's not actually, and there are 2 city players, even 3, and 1 more on the way. So here we go, double kill from Gobi, and Speedy made the score 1-0 for Mousesports.
I'm actually really interested there because I thought it's really smart by Mousesports to stay with the majority of players on A because it's much easier to retake B. B is actually really hard to hold on to, and I like how they're like, okay, we're kind of even on players. We can play around out where we go for the retake, we let them plant just to make sure that we can attack together. Yeah. And that's really cool. And then, so then PENTA kind of like fake themselves into that, so that didn't really work out for PENTA, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they would have also been better off with having a different smoke put down than the one they've actually put down.
Right, right.
You know, taking out one of the actual rotation paths for Mousesports would probably be more scary for them to play against.
Alrighty.
Forced by round, by the way. 40 players, they bought 5 T players bought full armor, and Stavros actually acting with the Deagle.
Yeah.
And so far so great, they managed to kill first City player, and now 5-on-4, but still gun advantage for City guys.
Yeah, Crystal now buying up because he wants eventually to get that op for PENTA. So if they lose this round, he's still going to have an opportunity to get it in the 4th round.
So it's slowly does it for PENTA. They're just making their way up through toilets and through A-long, and they've arrived at the A-bomb site. And we'll have multiple players here on the defense for Mousesports. Dennis is going to be making his way through with the FAMAS, and some good counter grenades coming out to slow down PENTA, but the quick headshot from Stavros is going to make life a little bit difficult for Mousesports. They are going to be able to defend though, looking quite strong now. That bomb is down in the smoke, and it's a nice cleanup from Mousesports, and they'll pick up round number 2. So now it's full eco. PENTA didn't even get the bomb down there, unfortunately.
At some point, PENTA had a chance to win that round, actually,
yeah,
when they managed to kill a couple of guys, but after all, Mousesports won the battle, won previous round, and now 2-0, full eco round, and most probably score will be 3-0 shortly.
What do you think of the decision there, Vendetta, to like go for that A push?
I think it's okay. I think that's unfortunate that they actually dropped the bomb. That's the first guy to go down for PENTA. So instead of getting a bomb plant, and that would have just easily salvaged round and been a successful, you know, force buy from PENTA, it ends up being kind of lackluster, only getting 2 kills.
Actually, Chris just spotted a lot of T players, and now Mousesports got an idea what exactly PENTA's players trying to realize for this round, and yeah, so far so easy.
Mousesports seem really happy to just stack up on that A-bomb site. They have no issues leaving Gabi alone on B, pretty much in any type of situation. For that, normally that could be, you know, a scary thing to have that big of a rotation. I mean, sure, it's against an eco, but you could give away plant pretty easily. So I'm interested to see whether or not Mousesports are going to continue to do that when, or now that PENTA has weapons.
And actually interesting to see that in round number 4 we already got the snipers for both sides, and let's see how they will perform. Dennis against Crystal, but maybe they will control another spot, different spots, and so far Crystal already showed some AVP skills.
Yeah, actually taking out Dennis, which is not the one you'd expect to pick up an op on Mousesports. Normally you'd think Chris J is the go-to guy with that op. So that works out nicely for PENTA, and they've already got a massive lead here in this round to build off of. Surprisingly aggressive play from Chris as well. If he gets caught out here, then it's going to be extremely hard for Nex to hold off that A bomb site by himself.
That's very cute here that Stavros is actually hanging out by the
actually,
flight
Stavros
playground
expecting,
still.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
expecting.
seeing this more and more from teams. It's very, very fun to see that. They kind of try to like catch the flank because it's so common, and Chris is actually going to get a kill from it. And now comes out Tabson to get the frag, so they will actually go 4 versus 3. So that's really nice now for Penta. They should be able to close this out. They're going to go for a big old A hit, but will it be successful?
But
Bomb is
C4 down in A. C4 down in A, 4-on-2, and there is no option to save because the inside bomb area, I mean, remains D-player, so they will try.
Speedy goes down as well. They might have bought time for Gabi to actually get out of that bomb site, so sacrificing one guy to save one
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah, he will save his M4, full armor.
Yeah, I've got a Molotov and a nade too.
But I'm not sure that remains the players will manage to buy some heavy guns. Nope,
Yeah, I know.
he didn't save either.
That's pretty heartbreaking if you're Mousesports.
And actually, first gun round went to Penta, which is pretty good for them.
Yeah, get to stabilize their economy. Don't have to go right back into an eco, which they would have had because of that off buy on Crystal.
I really like, by the way, what Crispy's doing. He's doing what Cease does for Na'Vi, which is every round you can do this. You can just run and throw the Molotov into short, and that's going to prevent the CTs from taking sewers, which is a very strong position to have as CTs. You really need to have it. And if the Ts don't go there, the CTs, if they want to take it, they actually have to invest a lot. So by them having to invest a lot in actually taking that area because the Molotov's always there, that's always a kind of a plus trade for the Ts on the resources. So it's really nice to see that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a smart thing to do. And it might seem like it's the most boring role to have. I mean, if you're seized, you literally just stay there the entire round.
Yeah, you just do it all the time.
Yeah. But it works. It's really important.
He even gets frags with the spray through it as well sometimes. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if they really want to get that short control towards B and actually have control over sewers, maybe get a bit of a a two-way peek from underpass towards the Ts, then you kind of have to run through the Molotov if you want to make the timing.
There's actually one awesome thing I've seen, one variation, but this is looking quite interesting right now in this round if we get back into this one. It's 3 versus 4. Christy's going to take down the bomber Strugs in toilets. And now things are getting pretty hard for Penta. 2 players left. Oh, Chris J, look at him go.
Chris J actually did a job. Hat-trick and all info and that close range kill. Nicely done by Chris J. 4-1 after 1 round for T-player for Penta's. Penta's players, Mousesports came back on track almost instantly.
Yeah. And a bit of a change of pace, I guess, from the previous game we saw. If this would have been G or E-frag, we probably would have seen a force buy coming in from the T side right now, but they're going to opt to go for the save. And Penta are a team that heavily relies around getting that op on Crystal, so they're more likely to actually play it safe a lot of the time than not.
Actually, very flexible defense by City players. Sometimes they are greedy in upper park side, and for this round they decided to stay in lower park side, and actually it's a deep defense kind of. So
yeah.
Very flexible, and it's hard to read for opponent. It's try to prepare some anti-tactic for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can definitely tell that the round Chris J goes aggressive on the first buy round. It definitely catches Stavros off guard. Or it might have not been Stavros, but I think it was actually Crispy was coming back from that B-bomb site. So yeah, they're definitely moving about. That's tough for Penta to actually deal with. I think they're playing passively this round because they know that they're going up against an eco, so they don't want to run into 5 people with a Tech 9 or something like that and give up map control too easily. Or give up a site more precisely.
So it looks like they are going to go in for the push now onto that A-bomb site and see if they can get the quick bomb plant, maybe a bit of damage as well. It's really all they can try to get here, but it's going to be very difficult indeed.
And all City players inside the area, and the easy round, easy round for Mousesports, 5-1.
Yeah, they're going to manage to pick up the up for Chris J as well, so not a lot of money lost on Mousesports' side, and right now, pretty commanding lead, 5-1.
And actually, they got 1 sniper for free, so
yeah,
why not? They switch to AVP set.
Yeah, they're actually going for a double op setup.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris J on the AWP as well as Dennis. It's always fun to see Chris J AWPing. He got hit pretty hard when the patch came in and nerfed the speed of the running with the AWP. That really hurt Chris J in his style. He's always very scoped in and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice to see that he's bringing it back into fashion in his game. You're going to see him start off the round well. Takes down Crystal already. So pretty nice presence on the map from the CTs. We can see they've pushed down the toilets area. There's no real punish here from Tees just yet. And this can get dangerous when you've got really good players, team playing around the park area and around toilets. The CTs get so much map control, and the Tees really got to push them back. But so far, PENTA are taking it very slowly. They're very spread out as well.
Yeah, they are. They really haven't committed to any bomb sites at all, but as of right now, it seems like they're rotating slowly towards that B bomb site, so they're looking for an execute there. Right now, Mousesports have 3 players towards that A bomb site, with Nex pushing so aggressive, no, Chris J pushing so aggressively along there, they're gonna opt to rotate with 3 people towards B.
That's why I remember it's the first attempt by PENTA's players to push that B area, because all previous rounds they tried to plant C4 in the A zone, but here B attempt. First time they will try to B take, and same result though.
Oh no!
Oh, that was sad, but anyway, 3-on-1, and that's it. So far so easy for Mousesports.
Yeah.
I don't see any weak part
so
in their defense. They just solid.
So you know we were talking about the Molotov on the short right, and then you spray at the same time to get a bit of wallbang damage. Something that was super smart that Na'Vi did is that they did like a monster tunnel rush at the same time, because the sound of the spray actually covers the sound of the footsteps. It's actually really cool, and yeah, a very small detail that I saw one time. That's casting a threat.
Yeah, and it could really throw people off, because if you see that every single round and nothing ever comes of it,
exactly,
you start being like, well, surely nobody's going to rush it because they're doing the same setup as they've done 14 rounds in a row. Yeah, Mouse just mopping up the eco here from PENTA.
This is one of those maps as well. If you get that really strong CT start, it can be really devastating. It can be hard to recover. If you're on the T side, you get like maybe you'll win that one round when your economy was bad, but then you can get reset, and then it can get really awkward.
And it's like Raheem said, Mousesports are doing so many different ways of playing that CT side. You know, switching between playing passively and aggressively, and where they're putting on aggression. That it doesn't seem like PENTA have a good read on what's actually going on from the CT side.
Actually, I noticed that while online stage casting, I noticed that Mousesports sometimes on defense showing more tactics than their opponents on T side.
Yeah,
right.
You can see 5, 6 tactics on CT side, while opponents can show only 3 or 4 on offensive side. So
yeah, that's really cool to see, because they're so hard to read, so you can't really safely run in towards anywhere really without being afraid of meeting players.
Go-based things, you know.
Yeah,
he pays a lot of attention to all this stuff, tactics, team play, refocus, rotate, all these, and
it's definitely working for them.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they
it's
had a
working,
great showing at SIVO just this other weekend, so. You know, he's definitely doing something right, and right now 8-1 start. And if I'm not mistaken, this is PENTA's map pick.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
not the start PENTA wanted for sure. That said, the previous times I've casted Mousesports versus PENTA, they have actually both times picked up each other's map pick.
In my opinion, PENTA playing too fast at this moment. They keep trying to storm push. Maybe they should just hold, you know, just because Mouse got a great temp. And now they're dominating, they're aggressive, they're playing greedy. I think PENTA should reduce the tempo of the game, just hold, maybe even realize some tactics for last 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, play more like Na'Vi. Just passively and see what comes to you.
Yeah, just because at this moment Mousesports just controlling and dominating. Kind of timeout, let's say in game mode, kind of timeout by playing extremely slow.
Yeah, I think PENTA got a little bit lucky here, because Mousesports, the way they played this on the bomb site, their positions weren't super coordinated. We had like 2 players caught out in the open, no one was looking monster, and there was like 3 or 4 Ts rushing monster. So, oh my god, they're gonna get the save. Very nicely done. But yeah, PENTA, they're gonna pick up round number 2. Are they gonna keep going for that monster push? But like you're saying, Raheem, as well, we're not seeing a huge variety, because usually teams can say, all right, we're going to play slow, we're going to take it as a team towards A. We're going to slowly force CTs back, play the trade game along A. Then you can push them back, maybe get a frag or 2, and maybe get a 1-for-1, and that's going to put you at an advantage at the T side. But we're not seeing that much from PENTA.
Yeah. And they won their round, but still no option to buy some heavy guns. 1-9, a couple Galils. And that's it after all these 5 rounds. 4-on-2.
Oh, no.
4-on-2, and Stavros in front of balloons.
Oh my god, there's no money left.
Only balloons.
Yeah.
So 3-on-2 now. And still doable situation for PENTA. But they should stay closer to each other, because if they will lose C4...
I think they have to go towards the B bomb site though, because taking the A bomb site with 2
Here,
flashes
important
only.
moment. If Chris J, he did it. Chris J did it, and moreover, now C4. C4 in front of him. Chris J showed just jumping skills. And now 2-on-1, too low on health. Stavros, and...
Yeah, he's going to have an extremely hard time actually getting onto a bomb site. Speedy has a really good position as well.
Do you believe?
I do not, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer.
But still playable, you know, he has C4. If somehow he will manage to plant that C4, and maybe...
He might have like a really good timing here with Speedy.
Because once the player switched to B area, and... Oh, no, smart enough. Gobi just checked B, made sure that no time to plant the C4 in that area, and at the same time started to move towards A. So, Gobi thinks again.
Yeah. 9-2, PENTA finding themselves in that dreadful,
dreadful
hole.
Yeah, they can't.
1400 on Crispy.
Oh no.
This is not the situation. This should be 11-2.
They're doing a full eco, so I expect them to buy next round, but it's going to be like Galils and stuff.
It's going to be a poor buy.
It's going to be a sucky buy.
I guess the most recent round they picked up was more of just a straight up rush towards B. Didn't really need that many nades or that type of thing to work.
They kind of got lucky on it as well.
Yeah, they did.
The setup for Mousesports wasn't... Their communication, I think, was a little bit off in that round.
Yeah, they had these 2 guys watching towards short.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that was a bit off, but oh dear. So this is looking very crushing indeed. PENTA struggling, and it does seem like their default is lacking against Mousesports. Like, you really want that solid default round we were talking about before, where you can play it slow, get some map control, play together. We're not even seeing actually much in the way of Suez control. Actually, that's like another thing that teams do as a default. They'll put more emphasis on the connector area and the squeaky door in Suez, and you have that kind of central point. You can kind of expand out of it, and you can at least like constantly threaten the B play. You can maybe even force a rotator from A, or to force them to play passively on A, so that they can play more people on B. That's something that happens when you have Suez as well. But we're not seeing the Suez control coming in from PENTA. They're not going for the slow, big A plays to push the CTs back, maybe get some frags. So a lot to be desired, I think.
Oh yeah, but I think that's partly because Mousesports have done such a good job of randomizing the way their setups work. Because the one buy round where PENTA actually decided to go through Underpass with 2 people, that's the first time Mousesports opted to stack with 2 people at stairs as well. So, you know, if you're PENTA, you're thinking, oh, well, we can't do this, so we have to go back and do something different. And if nothing ever works from your, I guess, your different defaults, you're just going to start doing the cookie cutter thing and start going for picks. And when you're already getting trashed like this, it really works for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really hard to deal with.
Yeah. And PENTA actually not opting to go for the force buy either. They're just going to do a couple of Tech-9s, light armor and tabs. So yeah, they definitely want that op on pistol.
I'm curious what they'll do with the A-long area, because we've seen Mousesports, you know, taking a foray down there a few times. Earlier on, PENTA, on their first few buy rounds, they got caught there a little bit.
Yeah.
We saw some flanking actions coming in. So it could be an edge for them potentially if they play that well.
I have picked up a weapon on Tabson as well here, so it could inflict some damage, but I still think it's going to be really hard for them to get a bomb plant down.
I'm pretty sure that it's not even possible.
Yeah, no, with the way Mouse have been defending this A bomb site so far, it looks really unlikely, but there we go. Tabson does pick up a frag onto Chris.
Still.
Nexus in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And timing problem. Oh, okay. Now I'm close to fail, actually.
Bomb has been planted.
Okay, C4 down. 2-on-3, Tabson, 22 HP. Speedy also joined the party. And there is no smoke, unfortunately, for T players. And here we go, Tabson. Speedy managed to kill 1-1 on 2 C4 ticking, defuse kit available. And there is no smoke, unfortunately, for Speedy, so smoke ninja defuse not possible. Fake defuse and 35 HP, and here we go. Yeah, shame on me. PENTA did it.
Well, yeah, well, that, again, it's not because Penta does anything extraordinary.
Because
it's
of
Tabson. Yeah,
Tabson.
Tabson just coming up with a big individual play. And you can't really rely on that every single time you're looking for a round.
But maybe he inspired his teammates. Okay, guys,
that-
did you see
yeah,
that?
you
Did
can-
you see that? Easy, easy.
If I can do it,
Yeah,
anyone can.
yeah.
But yeah, but
I will kill 3, just kill 2. Come on, easy. Okay.
well, Crystal's got the op now, so that's a good sign for Penta. And yeah, not opting to go heavily through underpass or anything like that, not rushing anywhere at all. It seems like they're just really afraid of Mousesports' aggression on that CT side.
And completely different now spots for City players. Now they decided to keep 3 in B.
Yeah.
And one just checking for lower, one just checking for upper. They are not here for fighting. They just for informing other teammates.
Oh, Chris actually might get a nasty
And
surprise
here we go, boost on the way, and let's see the reflex of Chris J. Baba!
Oh, yes.
Nice. Oh my goodness, Chris J. And only after that, Stavros managed to kill Chris J. But Chris J did a job. Informed teammates. He managed to kill 2. So Chris J just switched to his popcorn and totally fine with that. Okay, guys, you should complete remain.
No, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He did his job. Like, he can sit back, just be happy and smile, because, yeah, this is a job that the rest of the Mousesports members should be able to pick up pretty easily.
And I don't think that switching to 2 AVP for T players was a good decision.
No,
If you are planning to storm, and there is
yeah.
a deep defense by T players, what's the purpose to switch to 2 snipers?
Like 3 or 4 guys on A long, so it's kind of weird. It's a pretty weird choice indeed.
Maybe they thought that they can catch some, but no
they
time for
nearly
that.
did, but Chris J
Chris J
hitting
too
that
strong.
first,
Yeah.
the first snapshot.
That flick and then the
the
next.
second one, yeah. I
So
almost thought the second one was better than the first one.
Yeah,
Really.
it's pretty impressive. You got to give him that.
Yeah, but again, you know, that sends in Penta into a pretty dire state. Like, luckily for them, they won a clean eco in that or nearly clean eco in that previous round, so they're gonna get something similar of a buy, but 2 Galils, not that many nades to work with in a 50-50.
Actually, Chris J missed his shot. It was, but next support. Oh, 6 HP remain, and he lost a bit, but he spotted C4 though. 3 on 3, and C4 definitely on the way to A. Go B, trying to catch the moment. Oppa, easy. 3 on 2, C4, and yeah, Cuckoo incoming. Cuckoo incoming from behind, and yeah, here we go. Cuckoo killed by Speedy. 12-3, easy so far.
Pretty dominating half from Mousesports, especially given that this is Penta's map.
Yes, I mean it's never nice to start T side out of Overpass, but definitely we didn't see the Suez takes or the executes from onto B really. We saw some rushes up Monster, which were just straight up rushes actually, not really all that much in the way of grenades. No. And we did see some cool stuff from Crispy. He's tossing over the Molotov as a short control, and doing a bit of spam like Cease, but they never really used it all that much.
Yeah, they didn't take advantage of it. They could have potentially, as you said, used the underpass a lot more, gone through there, grab control over short, then set up something for long. Maybe it didn't have to be a rush towards speed. They could have just set up for an execute, smoke off higher, smoke off lower, and go from there. But we never saw that. They mainly just walked towards A and got picked apart by Nex and Christian.
Yeah, they were sometimes a bit too far apart, or I think they didn't have the right pop flashes for some of these spots when you're going into the toilets to really get those trades happening. But yeah, it's a little bit strange to see that 12-3 super dominant half. But hey, if they win the pistol round, they can do it right back to Mousesports. Although Mousesports, I would expect them to have more tricks up their sleeve on T side.
But actually, Mousesports compensate that disbalanced side by their tactics and team play.
Yeah.
Actually, they're using a lot of sneaky tactics, a lot of fakes, so sometimes it's really hard to fight against them, even on city side, on city-sided map. So let's see how that pistol round will work, and you see some guy in lower park, and for sure it's again some sneaky tactic. 4 on 4, and looks like a couple great nades I'll land. For Mousesports, yeah. 5 on 3 now, and here we go, great defense by Penta.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to save, to be honest. I mean, Mousesports look like they're in trouble if they want to win this pistol and close this map out quickly, because 5 players left alive. There's a Kit, there's a couple of Kevlars, they've got a couple of flashes still on Crispy as well. So Mousesports, they need some fantastic headshots. Next is a beast. Maybe one of the best players out of Germany. You'll just have to see if he can do more. He's gonna get
second
2
kill,
kills.
but 4 HPs. 4 HP got the anyway main station pretty equal 2-on-2 now. And C4 not down yet. Okay, now C4 down. And health advantage for City players, but spot advantage for T players because they put down the C4. They got their lovely spots, and now they will just buy some time. They will try to cover each other.
Yeah, this should be Mousesports round.
Yeah, it's really important round. And Crispy trying to pick. No, I think. Yeah, and Speedy.
God.
Diffusing! Oh my goodness!
Oh, you can see
And knife kill! Wachoo! Sorry guys, but it was a really impressive knife in the end. And
That's like, I understand, man. That's like you want to quit the game at that point. You know that you failed really hard.
You could tell the last PENTA was like, really?
no.
Did that just happen? Like, really?
No.
no, and Poppy is smart enough. He didn't fight against the player which stayed in
Yeah,
front of
yeah.
him. Oh, I don't care about you. Let me switch to diffuser.
Yeah.
And he managed to kill him. And after that, okay, time for knife.
Oh
I'm
my
ninja.
God.
Come here, bro. Some stuff like this. Okay, and here we go. Mousesports. 13-3 now, and the eco round, full eco round actually for City players, and 14-3, I believe.
Yeah, this should be a pretty easy round for Mousesports.
Crispy 3 HP. Speedy will catch. Cuckoo. Yeah, that's what I'm calling cuckoo kill. 5 on Serena.
Thanks. Yeah, I would like to see more grenades from Mousesports, but hey, they're going to get it done, it would seem. They're going to get the bomb planted. There's 2 players there, Strugs and Crystal with the USPs, so they're lurking around. I don't think they're going to find all that much with these. There is some damage that's being done, but at this point, they really need the rounds. Oh my goodness, I'm just going back to that last round. They had it. They had 5 players against 3. They had nades, they had Kevlars, they had everything still. They barely used anything. Oh no, but it was really smart to go for that plant on A because that's really hard. Once you get back to the toilets, it's super hard. Even 1-on-2, it's very hard to deal with if you're the 2 CTs.
Yeah, no, yeah, you saw it, and the fact that he can simply just focus down the guy who's defusing.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like, just completely ignore the first guy. Also, you know, credit to Mousesports for actually, you know, having the presence of mind to do that, but PENTA find themselves in a really horrible spot right now.
Indeed, Famus has come out in Storm. There's 4 Famuses and a Scout on Stavros. This is not the best buy I've ever seen in the world. And we're going to have a bit of a push coming from Mousesports up A long. They've got a bunch of players there, the bomb included. And so looks like they're falling back a little bit as well. So just playing it a little bit tentative with their map control.
Yeah. They have ran into Severus with that scout. As you can see, Chris J being down to 31 HP. So it's not, obviously you don't want to slow peek towards long when you know there's a scout around.
That's probably the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
And those jumping hitboxes, how we love them.
Oh yeah. Well, Mousesports seems like they want to go towards that B bomb site, which seems to be the right decision as of right now. 3 people stacked up for PENTA towards A. And, well, Mousesports have plenty of nades to work with here.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go, and definitely they will storm B area because there is no time to switch to any other side. And next, main situation pretty equal. 4-on-4, switching to pipe, switching to channel. 20 seconds to go. Crystal, nice catch in construction area, and overall it will be very hard for Mousesports. Anyway, C4. Oh no! I really thought that at least C4 will go down, but nope. Dennis here, alone against 3 players, and tried to spray, but unfortunately, no bullets.
No bullets. At least he
And
dies before their time runs out. I guess that's a positive side of him going down there. But I'm actually surprised that Crystal managed to pick up 2 frags in that situation, because both of the players were actually waiting for him to pop out of Underpass there.
I want to know why there's not loads of steam when you throw a Molotov into the water. Where's the steam at? Where's the realism?
Don't give battle ideas now. it's gonna be implemented. It's gonna be horrible because you can't see anything.
You won't be able to see anything on the entire site.
Yeah. Strux using that one-way smoke once again. This time actually getting a kill out of it. Last time around, Spitty just held passively for the entire round. Actually picking up
A second
another
kill,
here.
okay. Maybe we should report because some kills through smoke, but that guy's sitting in front of us. So
Oh, he's playing 1.6
yeah,
with
yeah.
16-bit.
Like old school CS 1.6. Yeah. Okay. So far, so great for Penta. They managed to kill 3 already, 5 on 2, and 2 remains. The players on the way to B. They will try to plant the C4 at least, but there is no. Ah, okay, one smoke.
Still going to be really hard to get the round down.
Anyway, yeah. Dennis now alone, 22 HP, and that's it. Clean and easy. Clean and easy. All Penta's players stayed alive. 14, 5, but still a long way to do it equal.
Yeah. The benefit here is obviously Mousesports not getting the bomb plant down, having to do an eco round, allows for Penta to build up some money on their side. That's pretty much what Penta has going for them, because they have to get 11 rounds in a row.
Actually, the problem when you are losing with such a big difference, that at some point they will decide to rush here and rush there and rush there, and one of them will work in the end. Yeah, you cannot control on same level all directions because all players are not equal, and at some point some tactic will work. So that's the point. If you have
it's kind of like an upper rush.
Yeah, let's rush B, let's rush A, let's rush mid, and some of that rush will work after all. So.
Yeah, because Mouse are in that situation where they could just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And they just need that one round.
And in my opinion, it's not too good decision for Mousesports to keep buying, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe they should play 2 eco and buy
have
normal
2 Byrons
snipers.
yeah,
because they have pretty big advantage, but come on, just play 2 eco, buy whatever you want.
This is a common mistake as well. A lot of teams do this.
Yeah, we cannot lose anymore. We cannot lose anymore.
Yeah,
bye.
Guys, just get the Byrons
Yeah, in-game leadership. Okay, eco. Why eco? Buy. Do you have money? Yeah, so, common mistake, because despite 2 big advantage, better to play. And actually, I paid attention that TSM, they're not playing in this way.
Yeah,
if
TSM
2 eco,
one of the best teams about this economy
there is no
management.
disbalanced buy for them. There is no common mistakes like that.
Yeah, they're really
but
good
despite
with
that, sometimes they are losing to EFRAG, for example.
That's one of the best things about TSM as well, because TSM have they have loads of individual skill on every player, but they don't have like this kind of envious thing where like we're all star players. We just want to get guns all the time and just exert our skill. They'll be like, okay, let's make the best Counter-Strike decision, which is get those saves going, get as many Byrons out as you can. And I also like that teams respect the quality of their buy rounds. It shows that they put the work in the practice games.
Absolutely.
And here we go. Enough money now, for sure, for Mousesports to buy whatever they want. I think they lost how many rounds in a row?
They've actually lost 4 rounds in a row now.
4 rounds in a
so
row.
that money loss bonus is going to start to work in their favor nicely.
And that's why I remember the first round in half number 2 when Chris J bought AVP. So let's see how that will work on T side. On City side, he performed with that pretty good.
Ooh. Chris J, he's going for crazy shots once again. This guy is unstoppable, but here we go, fast push,
and now it's getting serious. Now it's getting serious because T players inside, the smoke's on the way for sure, blocking all visions, and C4 on the way. 7355608. Yeah, it's my personal skill. And here we go, 4 on 3, and for sure now it's a hard time for Penta.
Oh yeah, no, this is nearly impossible to retake. Even though the B site is easier to retake than the A-bomb site, being a man down is never easy.
In any other situation, they try to save.
Yeah.
But not when it's
they can't
transformed to 8 map points, so they decided, let's try. But Crystal, there is no any other choice. 15 HP and nothing else to do, so let's play for overtime, at least.
It seems like you've got Speedy hunting for him as well.
And here the story, with the full mode, the full gun mode, with the AVP, with AKs, with full armor, Mousesports easily did it. Yeah. Instead of buying Tech 9 or some Scout and couple AKs. Once switching to full gun mode, and here we go. 15-7, 8 map points, absolutely equal gun situation now.
And, well, pretty much all this game, whenever they've done or had equal buys, it's gone in the favor of Mousesports. So I'm not expecting it to be any different this time around.
Actually, greedy defense by City players in A area, and C4 on the way to.
Yeah, 3 players for 3 players on A for Penta here. 2 people stacking up towards
and
long.
Speedy expecting some boost, or Okay, Stavros. Important front, by the way.
Ooh, we're going to get a lot of action towards A long at the moment. The bomb is there as well for Mousesports. And they're down 3 against 4 now, so one-man deficit as they're trying to make their way in. And I like this from Spitty. He's actually going to go straight into B, trying to make an opportunity, but he gets nailed straight in the side of the head. That sucks. Now, Mousesports, where do they go? Do they go
Smoke
A?
fight, smoke fight! And here we go. Another kill, Gobbi. 2 on 3, still doable. It's up to Gobbi now. If he will pick one more kill, if he will pick one more City player, it will be possible. And here we go. 2 on 2, absolutely equal. Wow.
Dennis.
And smell of GG, guys.
Dennis the Menace.
If they will put down the C4, and they did it actually, smell of GG appear at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
How is Tempson's going to win this? Like, it's as
impossible.
impossible as you can get.
It's actually impossible to win this.
No, smoke and defuse. Do it now! Oh, no, why?
Does he actually
No, instead of smoking C4 itself, he decided to smoke direction. Defusing! No, cuckoo! What? Oh, my goodness!
Okay,
Okay, never mind.